Okay.
Yes, recording started. We can start.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I can only see Harry here. So, hi, Harry. And Jeevan that I know. Hi, Vijay. But the rest of you, hi, welcome. My name is Lizia Batla, and I am a certified facilitator for Access Consciousness. And let's see what we can create here. Okay. All right. So before I start, let's do this one clearing that usually I do before I start any kind of talk. All the projections. Hi Sunita. All the projections, all the expectations, all the decisions, all the judgments, all the conclusions, all the assumptions, the presumptions, the computations, the rejections and separations that we have about our conversation here today, okay, our communication with each other, can we please destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good
Yes.
and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's start with um, creating whatever we desire with ease. Now, the first step to any kind of creation, okay, is or has to be the willingness to create, the willingness to choose, the willingness to ask a question, the willingness to look for possibilities, and the willingness to contribute, give or take. Okay, this is the first thing, that you have to be willing to either choose or to at least make the choice and to question, to have whatever it is that you would like to create. Because if you are not willing to have what you desire, if you're not willing to have that, you cannot create. Okay? So when you ask to create, uh, the first thing that you look for is the awareness. So, for example, if I'm asking to create money, okay, then I have to be aware of what kind of money am I looking at. Am I looking at something to just clear my day to day expenses, or am I looking to have money? Does everybody know what is the difference in making money and having money? I'm not sure, but you can keep this as a question if you don't know what the difference between the two is. So you have to first get to the awareness of, do I want money for just immediate payments, payments for bills, or do would I like to have money? Having money is really important because it will give you the security, the feeling of being rich, let's say, for want of a better word, the feeling of being rich, because then the insecurity of not having money does not exist in your world. Okay? So, everywhere that we are looking or we are not looking to have money, can we please destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So after you come to the awareness, you have to start asking yourself, let's say you've decided, I would like to have a certain amount of money. Okay, now a lot of times when it's a large amount of money, we go into overwhelm. Thank you, Dara. We go into an overwhelm. Okay, so you have to now figure out, is this the kind of money that I'm looking at? Okay, does this, having this kind of money, does it make it light for me? Is this making it light for me? Because anything that's light, anything that's joyful, anything that's fun loving will always get created, and it will get created with ease. Anything that's not making you happy or light is usually a limitation. Okay, so everywhere we are choosing limitations instead of possibilities, can we please destroy and uncreate those? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So for any creation to become or to exist, okay, we have and I is everybody here from Access, Vijay, or are there people from.
No, all are from Axis.
Okay. So everybody knows what are the four elements of creation. Okay. So the elements of creation start with choosing, with choice. Okay. What would I like to create? And then ask questions around it. What are the questions that you will ask? What would it take for me to do this? What would it take for me to have this? What would it take? What action do I have to? Because sometimes we wish for a lot of stuff, okay? And then we turn around and go to sleep, okay? Not what contribution is required, what are the possibilities here. And some of us moan and groan about the problems, okay? So I am not able to create this. I am not able to have this. I am not able to, I don't have the money for this, okay? All these are problems, okay? Every thought, every feeling, whatever is in our space, in our being, okay? The thoughts that we have go out into the universe, okay? They reverberate, they move around all over the place, and because our thoughts are magnetic, they will attract they will attract similar things. So if you have been only thinking about problems, I don't have this, I cannot make this, it's difficult to get this off the ground, guess what? That's all that you will attract. And like I said, thoughts being magnetic, they go out, they will reverberate in the universe, and they come back to you just as you have sent them. And that is why we say our points of view create our reality. Okay? So when you are choosing, when you have questions, okay, when you make choices, choose wisely. Go into light and heavy every time you have to make a choice. If I choose this, okay, will this make me money? If I choose this, will this add to my life or will this decay my life? These are few of the questions that you have to ask when you are in the space of creation. Okay? Because if you would like, let's say that, we say, okay, for an example, have a figure in your head. Now, you cannot say, I would like to create 1 billion tomorrow. Okay? Because whatever it is, to get to the billions, you have to first start creating the millions. To get to the millions, you have to create the 100,000s. Okay? And in an instant and jiffy, unless you can conjure it out of thin air, it is going to take a bit of time. But that should not put you down, because that is the long term of having money. But if you ask a question, I'd like to create 1 million, okay? Does this feel heavy for me or does this feel light? If it starts feeling light, you've hit the nail on the head, okay? Or is this the person for me? Is this the relationship that I would like to have in my life? And if it feels light to you, please go for it. Please ask more questions. And then be willing or have the willingness to put into action everything that's required for you to do and be, to bring that to a stage of fruition. And that is when you will be able to create something with complete ease. When you get into a space of difficulty, so for example, I'm not saying you have to say, oh no, I have the money when I don't have the money. Okay, if you come to a place, or if you come to a situation that says to you, I don't have the money, acknowledge it, that I don't have the money right now. So what would it take, universe, for someone or something to show up to be either an investor, or what would it take for the banks to loan me the money? You're saying the same thing, that I don't have the money right now, but what are you saying it with? You're saying it with a sense of looking forward to creating. You're not concluding that this money is not in my space, right? So everywhere we conclude because of the fear we carry, or because of the trust we don't have, either in ourselves or in the universe, can we please destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. The third thing maybe, is that you be starkly honest with yourself when you are asking questions of yourself. you can create inventions with other people. You can manipulate them with creating the inventions in your life. But never, never, never lie to yourself. Always be completely, in fact, starkly honest. Because when you get your awarenesses about the questions that you ask, guess what will happen? You will be able to take away layer after layer after layer of everything that is a limitation that stands in the way of your creation. Creating is not difficult. Honestly, creating is not difficult because when you ask three simple things, you can ask, you can receive, but before you receive, you have to believe that you can create that. Yeah. So ask and receive is simple, but you have to believe that you can create that, and you have to have the willingness. Okay. How many of you here would be willing to give it all up, to lose everything in your pursuit for creation? How many? Anybody? I can see Sunita's hand on top. Anybody else? Nobody is willing to lose everything. Okay. So when you are willing to lose everything in your pursuit for creation, the universe actually gives you more than you ask for. The universe does not hold back. It is a magnanimous, it is a benevolent universe. Yes? But when you start being in a space of doubt, of not trusting, you're letting the distractors get in the way of what will distract you towards your ultimate goal. Yeah? Vijay, you have to stop me when you think my time is up for speaking. Yeah? Vijay?
It's
Yeah.
nothing like
Okay.
that. We can continue up till
Yeah. I know. But you
even
just,
participants can unmute and ask the questions.
yeah, but please let me know when, because I can just go on rambling. And I don't
Please
want them.
go through the session. It is a fantastic session. Please go through the session and you have a fantastic session.
Thank you, Raj. Okay.
कहीं अटक गई मैं ये क्या आ गया
Okay. Okay.
नहीं पर नहीं आ सकती मैं मीटिंग
Okay. So can you just mute Renu, please, Dhingra? All right. So ask, if I choose this, what will my life be like? Will I be able to do dash dash dash, whatever it is? Now, if you're looking for something short term, don't ask for what will my life be like in 5 years. That's also a question that we have in Access. Yeah. So if you're looking for immediate gain, you cannot say, okay, if I ask this, what will my life be like in the next 5 years? Maybe you can ask, what will my life be like in the next month? What will my, is there any question somebody has? Okay, so I continue. If you want to ask for something, if it's more immediate, then you ask, if I ask this, what will my life be like? Will it add value to my life or will it not? And don't conclude your answer, please. Be, like I said, starkly honest. If it's a no, and no matter how much, let's say it's a beautiful dress, it's a designer dress and I want to buy it, and I ask, if I buy you, will you make me money? And if I buy you, will it add value to my life? And I get a no, but I love the dress so much. So I say, yeah, I get a yes. Now, that's not being honest with yourself, right? And eventually, because I have had a situation like this where I got an answer for a no, and I did buy that piece of accessory, and every time, and it's an interesting point of view I have, but every time I carry that accessory, I always most of the times end up losing something. So, I mean, I don't want to make this a fixed point of view in my world, but I realize that when I get a no for something, okay, I should not let my head control. Okay, I should let my awareness. I should let my awareness do the, choosing for me. Yeah. Thank you, Shaista. Okay, how do we ask for others' love and affection, trust, and honesty? Okay, so let's say that you have somebody that you care about, and you can ask for, maybe, first of all, for an energy to coexist. Okay, let's say if it's more one-sided. Okay, have you heard of energy pulls? Pull energy of whatever it is that you would like to have in your life. For example, if I would like to have, a relationship somewhere, okay, I pull energy, okay, so that at least we get to the same page of speaking with each other. And then, my darling, it is always about choice. Now, Shahista Abraham is asking, how do you pull energy? So it's a technique. And even if you've done the bars, actually, you will get energy pulls, right? You get energy pulls even in the bars, don't we? So you pull energy, and maybe at the end of the session, sorry.
There are so many videos on YouTube.
Yes,
How to pull.
exactly. So what you can do is maybe pull the energy, so at least you exist in the space of that person. Thank you, Shaista. So you will be in the space of the person, but when it comes to love, just like you have a choice, the person opposite also has a choice. But let it not be one-sided. What you can do is to be the best version of yourself, because maybe this person likes a particular kind of person. If you are that, or you can maybe you can become that person's whatever favorite person. I don't know in what context you ask this, but if it's about having love and affection, trust and honesty, always I won't say inculcate, I will say always cultivate this within yourself. How much do you love yourself? The person who asked this question, okay, she said it to everyone. So Ivansha, how much love exists in your space? How much of affection do you have for yourself? How much of trust do you have for yourself? And how much honesty do you have within yourself? Okay? Because what happens is, always and always you will find in the exterior whatever is happening on the inside. So if you want more love on the outside, first love yourself. Oh my God, make yourself the priority in everything you do. I'm not saying be selfish. There is a thin line between being selfish and prioritizing yourself. When you prioritize you, and when you make yourself priority, everything in the world becomes important. Okay, and then you know, okay, this is the most important thing, this is what I have to do now, this I can do tomorrow, this I can do after 2 days, this I can do after a week. Okay, but it's very important to look for the love that you would like within yourself. Try and get that love up to the fore. Okay, a lot of times we don't love ourselves, and we look to the outside to see who loves us, who cares about us. Okay, and all we see are judgments. But how much do we judge ourselves? Where is the affection? Ivansha, if you're around, can I please ask you to unmute yourself? If you don't mind, if you think it's going to be a hassle, I'm happy to just move on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Ivansha, every time there is less love in your universe, and I'm not saying there is less love, okay? But let's say that you have this feeling of, not many people love me. I would like you to ask yourself, how much do I love myself? Where is that love that I seek from the outside? Where is that for me, for my body, for my being, for just Ivansha? Where is it? And if you find that it's lacking, you call out to the universe and say, can I have this love directly for you? You go into the quantum energy and ask yourself, can I have this love for myself? Can I be showered? Can I be bathed in this love? Because when you sense that love within you, you will see it everywhere. You will see it in anything and everything.
Okay.
Does this ring a bell somewhere?
Yes.
Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it starts from the inside. It always starts from you, from within you. Whether it's the love, whether it's the affection. And if you feel that people are not being honest, I mean, we have a trick. Whenever the person is talking, all you have to do is to say truth. Maybe I'm talking to you. Let's take an example, and I'm not being very honest with you. What do you have to do, Avansha? You just in your head start repeating truth, 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 truth. Now, even if that person is an expert liar, trust me, there will be a moment when this person will stumble and fall, or will
Okay.
actually keep saying their own thing. So it is so easy. Life is easy. Creation is easy. We make it tough because we want to control everything. I want to control this. Oh, it has to happen in so many days. Oh, I want to, it has to be this amount. It has to come from this person. I will not receive from that person. These are limitations. Stop, stop, stop. You understand? So when
Yes.
you go out to seek whatever it is that you are looking for, first look deep within yourself. How much do I have that for myself? How much can I create for myself? And then look to the outside. Trust me, your creations will happen 100% with the speed of space. How do you pull energy? You can go and have a look. What if our priorities feel heavy sometimes? Okay, so can you give me an example of what these heavy priorities are? Just give me an example, any example. When you say your priorities, because I would not make something that's heavy my priority. If it's a person and this person is making life a little heavy for you, you need to ask whether this person is the right person for me. Or is there someone out there who can make me happier or a better person, or, in a space of creation for the two of us, creation of joy, creation of happiness, maybe a marriage. I'm assuming it's a relationship, okay? But I could be wrong. But I'm just giving you this example. So it could be anything. What would help me create this? What would help me to be the better version of myself? What would it take for me to be the inspiration for this person? Make sense? I am not able to be stable. Okay, so what stable in what way? That means you have some kind of instability, right? Okay, she's written it to everyone. So Galaxy M30. What would you say is unstable in your life?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Karishma.
Hi, Karishma.
I feel I always keep on jumping things. Like if I learn something, I'm not happy. I again, like Art of Living, I will join. Access, I will join, and I'll keep on jumping.
Okay, so first of all, it always has to do about asking. Do you ask questions that if I do this, is it going to add value to my life? Maybe from today you can start. If you're studying something, or if you're attending a course, ask, if I attend this course or if I do this modality, will this add value to my life or will this decay my life? And then be very, very honest in what you receive. Okay, like, don't let your head get in the way. Step out of the way and let whatever awareness come from the universe. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing is, I sense a bit of boredom in your life. I think you are somebody who starts something with gusto, but and I could be wrong. Okay, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
But I feel that you get into it with gusto, and then what happens is along the way you tend to become bored. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
so everywhere boredom creeps in. Can you just maybe, kickstart or press the reset button on it to see if that will bring another spark? Okay, that's one thing. So everywhere I'm not able to reset the button or a quick start or jump start, like how we jump start a car. So everywhere I'm not able to jump start this. Can we please destroy and uncreate it for all of us in every area? Yeah, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And Karishma, what is your hobby? What is it that you love to do? See, when somebody is passionate about something, it appears, it just like you can see that, right?
Yes, I'm
What are
passionate about nature, like being in nature, and like to learn spirituality, different moralities actually.
Okay, so anything that excites you, anything that appears light to you, okay, anything that seems like, oh my God, I'm going to go for a holiday right now. Like I jump out of bed and say, wow, chalo, let's go to work, because it's not work. For me, it's play. Okay, so anything that brings out this kind of excitement is what you should go for, ideally. Don't force yourself to learn everything because X, Y, Z, A, B, C is doing it. You ask, is this fit for me? Is this tailor made for me? We all cannot do everything. We will be fantastic in one area and somebody else would be fantastic in another area. If you see that, if you like it, yes, I'd like to have that with consciousness, or ask that person to come into your space and to be that, that energy for you. Okay? But you don't need to jump into every modality there is just because X, Y, and Z is doing it. Is it going to be fun for me? That's another question you should ask. Is it going to be fun for me? Yeah? So if you get a yes, please jump on it. But if you feel that, okay, I'm doing this because my friend is doing it, I'm doing this because somebody persuaded me for me to do this, then I don't think that's the right reason for doing something. Yes? You agree with me?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I
You're
got my
welcome.
answer.
Welcome.
Yes, yes.
Welcome. Okay, so I have another couple of questions. Have a postponed exam and I have been feeling really heavy to study. Okay, so this is a priority and I feel heavy. So Ivansha, I have put my number on top of the group chat. Do you pass the group chat also to everybody, Vijay? Vijay, do you pass the group chat also to everybody? Thank you, Renu. Vijay, are you there? Also pass the group chat to people. Do you? Thank you, Shaista. Do you also pass the group chat to people, Vijay? Okay, Ivansha, maybe at some point, because I've put my number on top of the. Okay, he doesn't. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do is. Okay, this is my number. Ivansha, I would like you to send me a message and I will, because it is not directly connected with Access, but I will most certainly send you this thing which will help you majorly in not only studying but also enjoying your study. And if you do it diligently, hopefully, fingers crossed, you definitely will pass. Okay, is that fine, Ivansha?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
you're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Very welcome. So,
Raisa, I have a question.
yes, Raj.
How to get out from the procrastination habit?
Okay, so first of all, okay, can I give you something which is like a bark remedy? Do you all know what is
Yeah,
Bach remedy? Okay. So
no.
Bach, Dr. Edward Bach is this guy who actually he was an MD. He was a doctor, a medicinal doctor, and this guy actually gave up his huge practice to practice Bach remedies because he said that everything emanates, all unease, dis-ease emanates from thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Okay, so he came up with these 36 remedies, and if I can give that to you, Raj, and if you would please get that for yourself. Yeah, there I see you. So it's called scleranthus. It is called scleranthus. Scleranthus. Okay, scleranthus. Okay, what I would recommend is you go to a store that sells homeopathic stuff, and I've written the name of this remedy. What happens is when you start taking scleranthus, you will find, oh, that was Sharad, I don't know, yeah, Raj, okay, Raj is here. So if you start taking this regularly, you will find that there is, like, you want to get out to work. You don't feel that, oh my God, no, I don't feel like working, or I don't feel like doing stuff today. I would just like to laze around. Is that what's happening, Raj? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you see these two things that I gave you, scleranthus and hornbeam? Oh, me too. Oh, sorry. No, I think I have to send it to everybody. I've just sent these two things. I apologize. Command V. No, this is to everyone. Okay. Sorry. Okay, Dhara says you can share your number and classes. Yes, well, I am doing some classes right now. I am doing the How to Become Money workbook advanced right now. But after that, can you please? Oh God, that's the number. I keep sending it privately to people. This is for everyone. Okay, done. All right. So if you take these two, scleranthus and hornbeam, Raj, you will
Yes.
find that within at least a week or 10 days, you will have a shift in the way you start thinking.
This is a homeopathic medicine, and I
This
have to
is a
take this.
bark remedy. So if you're taking pills, they come in homeopathic pills. So if you're taking them in pill form, take 4 pills 4 times a day. Below your tongue, 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after, nothing. Okay. And don't have tea, coffee, food, etc. But if you take this and continue to take this for at least a couple of months, and I promise you, you will not feel lazy. There will be a shift in your consciousness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Hi, Lizia. Asha here from Nagpur.
Hi, Sharad.
You can hear me? Okay. I just heard this problem. I just joined in a minute back. So I am into this back Dr. Bach remedies. So Raj, if you have any issues, you can refer to me one-to-one. I do regularly. They look like this. This is a typical mother tincture bottle.
Okay.
This is not scleranthus, this is rock rose, which is one of the other strong remedies.
Okay.
So any of the group members, they need anything, you can consult me, no problem. It's free of charge, no problem. Thank you.
So if you have the mother tincture, then you can take the globules. 40 number globules is what I recommend. And you can take a bottle of it and you put about 20 drops, okay, of the mother tincture in, say, about 50 grams of the globules, okay? 15 to 20 drops, okay? 25 to 50 grams. And that can help you to, like, it'll cover you up for at least a month, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, okay. So should we go back to ask and receive? If you have no other question. Okay. So like I said, if you want to ask something short term, you don't ask questions like, what will my life be like in 5 years? But yes, you can say, what will this add value to my life, or will this not? And then believe that you are worthy of receiving. A lot of times we don't receive because we believe that we don't deserve something. How many of you go through that? So everywhere we believe that we don't deserve something for whatever reason, because of the lack of trust, because of we don't believe in ourselves, because we have too much fear. Can we please destroy and uncreate all of that? In fact, rescind, revoke, recant, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all of it times a godzillion. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and Paul, all nine, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay? Because if you don't believe in yourself, you will never get off even from ground zero. Never. But the trust, the courage you must have in yourself to pick yourself. Have you seen a small child? When the child falls, okay, what does it do? Does it go into drama and trauma? Does a child go into, oh my God, this is the end of the world? No, the child will just dust itself and go running again, So this is what we have to do. Don't allow failures to get into the way of our creations, okay? Because when we do that, we are sort of giving up. And remember the motto, never give up, never give in, never, never, never quit, yeah? And receive with all of your capabilities. The worst is that we judge who and what we receive from, who or what can we give and take from. Okay, I will only accept this. I will not accept that. It has to come in this particular way. It cannot come there. It has to come in this time. All these are frivolous things. Don't get into it. If you truly desire something, ask for it. Trust that you will receive it. Receive it with open arms, and it will be yours in no time. And what if we all could truly receive from everything and everyone, including ourselves, with complete ease and trust? And not only ease and trust in ourselves, but also ease and trust in the universe, because when we have our own back, the universe has our back doubly, So everywhere we do not have the joy, the vibrancy, to make everything fun and laughter, can we please destroy and uncreate that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Are there any questions? Is there any question anybody has? Yes, Sharat. You're muted. You're on mute.
Okay. When we are conscious that something doesn't belong to us, we say return to the, what is that? Return to
Sender.
sender with consciousness. So what is this with consciousness? What is this? I am not very clear on that.
Okay, so it's like this. If somebody sends you a cake, you will receive it with gusto. But if somebody sends you the bag of trash, you're not going to receive that, right? You'll point them out and you say, this goes in the dustbin, not in my house. Okay. So similarly, there are people around us that have 50,000 things in their space. Some good, some not so great, okay? And we being the vibrant, infinite being, we are like sponges. Have you ever seen a sponge? You keep a sponge and keep water distance away. Before you know it, that sponge has attracted the water. Correct? So when we are in that space, we actually imbibe, we actually get everything that somebody else is thinking, or most of the times we get into that space. So when a thought is bothering us, or when it is something like we have this intense, like say headache, or there's a particular thing that keeps repeating, what do we say? Is this mine? If we get yes, then we pock and pod it, destroy and uncreate it. If it's not ours, then we say we return it to sender, but we don't send it just plain like that. We attach consciousness, because that person has to be conscious that this has to be destroyed and uncreated, because he or she may have picked it up from somebody else. So we send it to the original creator of this. But we attach consciousness, sometimes we say awareness, so that they are aware that what they are doing is not a contribution. You get it?
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Welcome. Anyone else?
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Asha.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, darling. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for a great session. And
Welcome.
I am. I've been facing this feeling for a long time of not knowing what I want to do next. You know, I would say I'm a fairly motivated type of person, and I am working right now, and I put my all into my work, but I carry this feeling that that there's something else for me that's, you know, going to bring me even more into my natural state of being. But I don't know what that is, and it's with me a lot, that feeling.
Okay, so first of all, Asha, I hope you're aware that 99% of all thoughts, feelings, and emotions usually don't belong to us. So
Right.
check on whether you're picking up on somebody else's, because I do find that you are okay. I'm tapping into your energy. I'm picking up a lot of intuition. So are you an intuit? Are you an intuitive person?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so just look for this, darling, because what happens is a lot of times we pick up on somebody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and then we make them our own. Okay, so everywhere we are not conscious of thoughts, feelings, and emotions that belong to us and that don't belong to us, can we please destroy and uncreate that first of all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Ask the question here: is this mine? First of all, if it is yours, destroy and uncreate it, and pock and pot the hell out of it. Like every time it comes up, pock and pot this, pock and pot this, pock and pot this, pock and pot this. If you feel that it belongs to somebody else, please return to sender with consciousness attached. Okay, that's another thing. What I would recommend you do is, and this clearing is for you, but it could be used by anybody, everywhere, everything that shook you. Okay, please don't ask me to describe shook you and all, just do it, okay, because it will work. So, everything that's shook you about the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that I have, what would it take for me to get clarity from it? What would it take for me to be able to decipher it with absolute ease? And everything that's not letting me do that, or everywhere I'm not looking into it consciously, I destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pop, all nine shots, boys and beyonds. What I recommend, Asha, is put this on a loop and start listening to this continuously for a long time. Like, do it for a month or two.
Okay.
And I feel that there will be a sense of some possibility showing up for you, because open yourself up to the possibilities and don't focus on what's not happening. Don't focus as I am not able to get that, because when we focus on what's not happening, for example, I'm not able to get the clarity here, the universe feels that this person loves all this ambiguity, and that it gives you more ambiguity. Rather, ask what would it take for the clarity to show up? What would I have to do or be to have clarity into my space? And everything that does not allow me to have this or be this, I destroy and uncreate it. Make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Okay. Uh, that's what it is. Okay. And there's one more U there. Sorry, I forgot to add. There are 4 U's. Okay. So most times, if you have a question, please stop me. Please interrupt. Doesn't matter, even if I'm in the middle of something. Yes, Sharad.
Lizia, I have a question on this. There is a patient of mine. When I give, she is actually a depression patient. When I purposely try to give a long implant band.
you gave a long implant band.
Band. Yeah.
Is that
So,
a full band, or you
im-
talking about the implant band, the bar?
the bar, access bar. Yes, yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
after, say, I have noticed that after 7-8 minutes, most people can take implant band for a long time. In fact, I enjoy personally myself.
Lovely.
So it's a lovely way actually. So she will say after 7-8 minutes, no, please change it now. I am not comfortable. And I have noticed this is happening a couple of times, and she is a depression patient. So I just wonder what may be happening actually. Can you throw some light on it?
Now, off the top of it, I'm picking up entities, okay? Just from the top of it. But I would recommend, why are you not recommending to this person mustard, sweet chestnut? I would also add crab apple.
Actually, yeah, she is already on my flower treatments.
Yes, and
Currently, she is on rock rose. So I will not go into it. Why rock rose? Okay.
oh yeah, because it's intense fear. Does she have the fear or
It is all
psychosis?
coming out from fear. So we will not go into that. That will become a long story. So she is already on, and what remedies you mentioned, we'll take it slowly because this is the first level.
Okay.
So rock rose, I mean the treatment. So implant, we are talking of implant. So I'm doing also both access bar as well as flower remedies. So access bar she enjoys most of the time, and implant band is where she has a problem. So what is happening are,
Does she complain of it burning, it feeling too hot?
no, she doesn't say anything. It just says, no, that is enough now. So
Uncomfortable. But I'm picking up, Sharad, I'm picking up entities. So do the entity clearing for her.
I know she needs entity clearing also. Yeah, absolutely. We are thinking the same way. She needs entity clearing. I am aware of that.
The entity clearing, make a loop for her, tell her to play it while she's sleeping, or she may not play it, but if she has like, does she have like a spouse, does she have parents, somebody who lives with her, get them to play it for her. And it doesn't have to be loud so that she doesn't know it's being played. Okay, it can be done on a very low volume, but what will happen is that she may start responding, not immediately, because I just feel that she's going to take a little bit of time, but you could see that change coming up for her. If she plays it continuously for at least 3 months, I think there will be a breakthrough.
Can you give that clearing now or later, whatever?
So it's a bit of a long clearing, so
Okay, fine.
maybe Vijay can get it across to you, or I can send
No, I
it.
can talk to somebody who is specialist on entities.
Please, if somebody does talk to the entities, then you can ask them for an entity clearing.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Entity and demon clearing, because I also sense a demon in her space.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Thank you. Thank you, Sharad.
Thank you. Welcome.
You're welcome. And if you don't find it, you have my number. I don't know, it's in the chat somewhere. You can send me a message and I can send you the clearing. But right now, it's too long for me to play it here.
It's
Yeah.
I know this is not an entities session. It's a very specialized lot of people. Are you in Bangalore? Where are you?
I am in Mumbai.
Oh, you are in Mumbai. Great.
Yeah.
I'll go Mumbai. Yes. Not
Yeah.
right now, but
So, any other questions? So, just to sort of sum it up, so lots of times we talk about wanting something, we talk about, I'd like to have this, okay? And then in the next sentence, they'll always add a but, or they'll always add, something that is not a contribution to that phrase. That will sort of take away from there. I'd like to have this, but how can I, these kind of things. Now, actually, this sort of frustrates them. These are people who are too controlling in their space. So when you desire something, when you ask the appropriate questions, you have to get out of the way for the universe, because it takes time for the universe to rearrange the molecules that will help create that. Make sense? Because when you're trying to create something, you have to also, for example, you're creating a biryani, let's say. You can't just mix whatever vegetables and rice or chicken and rice and say, okay, abracadabra, and it's ready. You have to marinate it. You have to, fry something. You have to mix it all together. You have to steam it. You have to put it. So it takes time. Why don't we let the universe do its job? We get in the way. Please take a left turn here. We get in the way. There's no U-turn there. No. Let the universe do whatever it has to do. The universe is, like I said, magnanimous. It has a bird's eye view of our lives. It can see far off. It can see, beyond, okay, what we can see. So it knows better. How many people have experienced that, this has been the worst thing that has happened to me, and then a couple of years later they turn around and say this was the best thing that happened to me, because the changes that thing brought were so many and so humongous that life was truly ease, joy and glory. Yeah. So on that note, Vijay, are we ready to call it quits? Unless somebody has
Yeah. Thank you.
your
You can also talk about any upcoming classes.
Well, I have a class that's coming up, but it is connected right now. I use part of Access in it, but it is actually a class to eliminate fear. You're welcome. You're welcome, everyone. It is a class that will help you eliminate fear, create the money, eliminate everything that is supposed to be like a distractor implant, and it will allow you the ease of creation in whatever you want. Okay, but this is mostly about money, so I don't know, it's not so much a relationship class, it's more about the money. And this is like a 1-day class. It's not more than 3 hours, but if you want more information, please send me a message and I will give you more information on this. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you
You're
for this wonderful call.
very welcome. Thank you all for being
Thank
here.
you.
I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you all coming.
Thank you.
Bye.